Okay, so here is by far the safest method of killing the Dragon Warrior in Dragon Shrine, this final PvP enemy that you need to kill. The, what we're going to do is we're going to just poison him with knives at the beginning by just waiting until he is walking towards you with knives, and now we're going to retreat and run back to the stairs. Just going to keep his attention and just slowly get him to follow. When the poison runs out, you can do the same thing. You have a few different options of poisoning him. You can just run, get him to follow, wait until he starts walking towards you again, and throw another knife. And that'll poison him again. Next, just want to keep running. If you feel confident, you can throw some consumables at him as he approaches, just to save some damage that you'll need to get on him once he starts leashing. This method is not going to use the dung pies that I have because I believe it is better to use them on something like Mirror Knight if you're doing a consumable only run. If you're not using if you're not doing consumable only and instead doing a weapon or a bowless run, you can use dung pies here instead of the lightning urns to kill him. And I'll show later my method of poisoning him with the dung pies, just to be more consistent with it. And so here he just can't attack you because his AI is constantly leashing, trying to take him back to his spawn point. And so you can just deal with him here. So that's the first method. Okay, so the second method and the third are slight variations of the same idea. This one will be, the plan will be to poison him with 4 throwing knives, then use the dung pies on him to apply toxic to him, and then by that point the poison from the knife should be close to running out, and then you poison him again and let that finish him off. And so to try our best to land each of the knives, because the strat does not work if you miss any, you're going to approach him and only throw knives when he starts walking towards you directly. If he's moving side to side or anything else, he has a chance of rolling the attack. So he's walking towards, so you can throw one. He rolls, starts walking towards. You can move backwards. And so that's the toxic, and now we're gonna run in front of him to bait out his power stance attacks, and then loop around backwards, and then lock on to throw the dung pies. And now we can move up. We can now see that it's only moving up by 15s, so we know that the poison has run out. So now you can just poison him again, using the same idea of either baiting out attacks or waiting till he walks towards you. It's better to just let him walk towards you and kill him with that, as he cannot, or if you try and bait out attacks, there's a chance that his poison meter runs out enough that he doesn't get poisoned again. And that's the second method. And now for the third. Okay, so this third method utilizes only poisoning him once with throwing knives, or while it's much slower, you could only use lightning urns, though I don't have enough, so I'll just poison him. This strat is basically the backup to this second strat, where if you miss a poison knife, you will not have enough to actually kill him all the way. So here we can, like in this case, there's a chance that I've been too slow just because I didn't get the distance that he closed on me. Yeah, so now you can see he didn't get poisoned in 4 knives because it took too long. So now my goal is I will do the same thing of poison and then toxic. But instead, my finishing blows can either be to the weapon of my choice, if it will finish him off, or a lightning urn. In this case, I ended up backing up so much that I had to go down the hallway, though it's not always best to do that. It may be better to just loop around just to have more open area by the stairs, or on the stairway. And so I'm just going to bring him back into a more comfortable area. And just to finish him off, we're going to do the same thing that we've done with the dung pies, and just bait out attacks and then punish with lightning urns, which have the same animation as dung pies, so it's effectively the same thing. And again, you want to stay far enough away from him. I'm going to get down the stairs so I can actually land my urns. You want to stay far enough away from him that at any moment, if he either does a jumping attack or a rolling attack, you are far enough away that you can outrange his attack. Or, in the case of the jumping attack, have enough range to roll it safely. Which is necessary because the hitbox on the rolling attacks and the jumping attacks are slightly wonky. And so that's the third method of killing him. I hope this helps.